Ain't gonna lie, I'm aiming for the greatest. Niggas always told me I would make it. Man, come on, she loving on the fragrance.
I want to watch one video on the tube because I haven't posted a reaction in a minute, chat. I haven't posted a reaction in a minute, so let's just post one video for the tube. One video for the tube. Cover that steak logo. Yup, cover that steak. Cover that steak. Should have got steak in my bowl, but it's all good though. All right, this video is called "Kick is a Dying Platform" by Omeezy, chat. Let's get into it, man. Let's see what he's talking about. I don't know. Omeezy be chatting sometimes, but let's see what he's talking about.
Rage back on Twitch. There's definitely the death of Kick. I think where it went too south is because everyone was doing wild shit on there and they wasn't moderating it.
That is not why Kick went south. Hold on. I want to do a little introduction, a little monologue before we get into it. I want to give my point of view. I believe Kick the platform is decreasing in viewership and minutes watched and all that type of stuff because everything that was promoted to be this time last year is not a thing anymore. When people first went to Kick, all they cared about was the lack of TOS, the bag you could get, like the NBA contract you're getting from if you were a top streamer. We had Aiden right here. I think he said he used to watch Korn. His first stream on Kick, he watched the Super Bowl. Like, come on, he watched the Super Bowl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now all that stuff. Now I seen an interview today from some guy. I think he works at Kick. He said that the TOS is stronger in that than it is on Twitch. The Kick TOS is stronger now than it is on Twitch. Now, I think a big reason why people are leaving, leaving Kick, another reason why is because you just go for a bag. You get your money and you dip. Like once you go to Kick, like Kick never made no updates. Kick never really improved over itself. It got more people because they just signed more money. If you offer somebody $2 million a stream for 2 years, $1 million a year guaranteed, why wouldn't you take that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just making up numbers, but you're guaranteeing millions of dollars to someone, they're gonna go and take it, and then they're not obligated to work for it. If you go and stream on Twitch, you're still obligated to work for your money. But that's what I had to say about it. That's why I think it's a dying platform. Everything that it was meant out to be before is not a thing anymore. So that's why it's failing. They changed their whole marketing strategy, and I think they realize how hard it is to be like the daredevil of the family and compete. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. It's not how it's gonna work. You're not gonna get ads. You're not gonna get ad companies. I can't think of the terminology right now, but you get the point.
The platform, bro. I'm going back to Twitch. I can't look how this, bro. Why the is the chat already breaking, bro?
Whew, I've been waiting for this day for a very long time.
I thought it would last a little bit longer, though. I can't lie.
Here. Now, in the recent couple of months, Kai's Mafiathon has taken over the internet and has come to a conclusion where Kai has broken the world record for the most stream subs on Twitch. And then right after that,
700K is insane.
What is now known as the Phaseathon for December, where the FaZe Clan members come onto the streaming platform and just do 25 straight days of streaming. And of course, it's the end of the year. The apocalypse is kind of dying down, so you would see more and more streamers come back and do their favorite form of content, which is streaming. But there were two guys that were missing in this equation, and it was Your Rage and Aiden Ross. Probably some of the bigger names in streaming content in the WO community, at least. And the whole reason why is because they were going through this behind-the-scenes battle where they had to get away from Kick because Kick is dying.
Kick team, hello there. We want to give you a heads up. The content you're currently streaming isn't in line with our. Hey, yo, Kick team, I don't know who's running. Shut the up. Respectfully, shut the up. You're not going to do that to me, and I promise you not. Ban me. I'll take another 81-day break. Do that to me right now. I dare you. Whoever the that is, you better apologize right now. And I put that on God. The you think you're talking to?
Kick was supposed to be the edgier.
That is crazy. Yo, Aiden's talking that shit, man. He talking that shit.
Less restrictive, non-TOS version of Twitch. Some of their main selling points were this 9-5-5 split. They had some sort of minimum wage that they had created for content creators at one point in time. They also were giving contracts out. I'm talking about big, enormous bags to some of the greatest content creators in the world. And honestly, it was kind of like being at your dad's house. You know, when your parents got divorced, your dad had less rules. You could go to bed whenever you want, eat whatever you want, you know, watch whatever you wanted on TV.
Sexist.
But after a certain amount of time, living in excess like that, in abundance, unchecked regulation, you get a cavity. Now, the great Kick exodus started when a lot of the bigger streamers' contracts were running up and they all started to go back to Twitch. Now, if you would have built a good platform, you would have seen people stay on the platform regardless of if they were getting some big, huge contract. Because again, the 95-5 split still stands. But with that being said, that is not the case. And then I think
another thing I feel like, let me know if I'm wrong in the comments, but is there no obligation to subscribe to someone on thing? There's no ads. What is the only reason why I would subscribe to someone on Twitch is because I don't want ads no more if I don't have my ad blocker on my computer. with no ads being on Kick, like why would I sub to you? The 95-5 split or whatever it is, that is tough. I can't lie, but you're not getting as many subscribers as you would on Twitch.
I think once the big joker fell, everything was out on the table. Adin Ross says, I will be making a full video on why I'm leaving Kick indefinitely. I am stepping down officially, and I will be going into detail about this week. I will tell you all everything. With that being said, I am going to fully focus on being reinstated on Twitch. What's interesting in that is Adin Ross isn't even reinstated on Twitch. He's basically saying, I am not going back, and I would rather not stream at all than to stream on a platform like Kick. And this is after a while of trying to make a couple of attempts as to righting the wrongs that Kick potentially had done to him. Now, these are things that are done behind the scenes, so we don't really know. People like Trainwreck co-founder, CEO, whatever Trainwreck is, has had these cryptic conversations on stream about Adin Ross that kind of give us a glimpse as to what could have possibly happened.
Brandon, thoughts on Adin potentially even Kick? I hope it doesn't happen. I think we need Adin. I like Adin a lot. I hope him and Eddie, figure it out. I think it's just a miscommunication. I really think Adin is like the third to the triangle. He's a triforce with us. I think it's necessary, and he's my friend.
I think everybody knows Kick don't go nowhere without Adin. I mean, Adin's like he's a big piece. He's a big piece. You lose Adin, you're losing a lot of viewership. A lot of viewership. Think of how many people just downloaded Kick just because of Adin. I'm one of them. I was like, oh shit, he's going to a new platform. Let me see what's up, because I know him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know anybody else on there. I mean, eventually I think Bruce went, Rage went, some other streamers in the WL community, but I didn't know these niggas. Like, come on.
I'd love for him to be on the platform. It makes me happier. At the end of the day, he's gonna do what he's got to do what he's got to do. I'm gonna call it. Adin's gonna be unbanned on Twitch. I mean, Zedrak, you have to understand, like I believe in him. I believe in him. I hope he gets unbanned, but he would have to fully reform. Like, we're talking of like an overnight maturation. Is that the word? Like, there's no getting bored one day and dropping the F-bomb or bringing someone on saying the F word, right? You know what I'm talking about? Like, Twitch supports that if you're a lefty, right? We see that all the time, but they will not tolerate it on the other side. I believe in him, though. I mean, to be honest, like, I think he puts his head to it, he can do it. I think Adin's already matured a from just the last 2 years, like a massive amount.
Oh, Trainwreck, we can see the pain in your eyes and the cries in your voice.
Okay, I'm not tripping, right? I was going to say the same thing. Like, you can tell he want to be respectful towards Adin, but he do not want him to leave at all.
Isn't just a part of the triangle. I think he is the base. I think he is truly the foundation that Kick stands on. Kind of like the Michael Jordan of the 90s. Peak viewership, finals was crazy, last shot, all those things. And then when Michael Jordan steps to the side, NBA viewership plummets. Just like Kick's viewership. Since Adin Ross has been not streaming, of course his boys over at SSB stopped streaming as well. And since they aren't streaming, Kick has seen its lowest viewership since January of 2023. That's something crazy to think about. One person, one collective holding that much weight on your platform. I don't know of any other platform that exists where if they stopped creating, we would see the lowest stretch of viewership on their platform.
That's their problem though. They tried to build a foundation on a bunch of heavy hitters. It's like you spend your whole salary cap on the top players in the league. It's you look at people look at last year's Phoenix Suns. They spent majority of their cap on KD, Book, and Beal, and it wasn't enough to win a chip. I feel like Kick did the same thing in a sense. You know what I'm saying? They put all their eggs in one basket, and then you feel me? It was you just depend on them to win, and it didn't work.
All that power, and that's when you know that you have something wrong fundamentally with what you got going on. Now, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the content creators who have left Kick in the past and then went back to Twitch have all said that they enjoyed it. I remember when Bruce Drop 'Em Off left and then went right to Twitch, he saw an increase in views, was having a grand old time. It just seemed like he was happy. And the next person to follow him, ironically from that DYK collective, was Your Rage. Your Rage left Kick and then went over to Twitch, and honestly, it seemed like the best thing possible for him.
I was like discussing like contract shit with like, let me tell you one thing. I don't even think I'm allowed to say this. I still haven't gotten paid my last like payment or two from Kick. I ain't gonna cap. It's December.
Now, the shady business tactics are going to be something to talk about as soon as they get discussed more. I know Adin Ross, when reinstated or comes back or whatever platform video that he makes, will have no love lost and no holds barred for Kick. But I know it's got to feel good for Your Rage to not get paid for the last 2 months of his gajillion-dollar contract, to only come back to the Twitch platform and have his highest viewership ever, peaking at 130,000 people. That's got to validate every fear or every emotion that you had about going back to the Twitch platform. Now, I mentioned this earlier, but all of these things happening when it did ultimately means that Kick, in my opinion, can never recover. Mafiathon just ended, and this was Kai's biggest month. Honestly, arguably Twitch's biggest month since like the Fortnite era, and it couldn't have gone any better than what it did. Not only were there the most eyes on the platform at the time, I mean, Twitch was really big. People were coming to the platform. The mainstream popularity grew to a whole nother level with the corporate takings, the brand deals, the celebrities that came on Kai's stream. I don't think anybody left Mafiathon and thought Twitch was going anywhere. I think that a lot of people left Mafiathon and thought any competitor of Twitch has a long way to go until they are really competition.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing the downfall of Kick
WB
right in front of
Souls.
our eyes, and they have no one to blame but themselves. At the end of the day, at the beginning of the night, the product that they built to compete with Twitch just never became that. The only thing they can really hang their hat on right now is a 95.5 sub split and less ads. But I'm gonna keep it a stack. Unless you make content that you can't stream on other platforms because of TOS, so you have to stream on Kick. For every other streamer out there, it is more beneficial for you to stream on any other platform besides Kick.
Now, on surface level, a 95-5
Even
split
Party?
seems better than a 70-30 split. The numbers just sound more enticing. It makes you seem like you're gonna make a lot more money. But 95-5 of $100 is less than 70-30 of $500,000. Like, the math just has to math in order for your 95-5 to work. If there's not the viewer base on the platform, then it's not going to translate to dollars for the content creators. Does that make sense?
Viewer base and obligation.
Said that they're willing to pay $16 per hour to anyone who's willing to stream on their platform, no matter if they have 1 viewer or 100 viewers on their stream.
Now, when Kick rolled out this initiative, it was something that even myself was skeptical of from the beginning. People told me that Kick was backed by some gambling organization, so that's how they were able to just back out all this money, because this $16 an hour incentive was on top of the massive contracts that they claimed to be offering to a bunch of content creators, which sounds great on the surface level, but I know two things to be true. One, everything presented to you has some sort of strings attached. They're not just giving away money for free. And two, people can't continue to
What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
fund things that don't profit. Unless you are in a major surplus of money and there's like some great growth potential that you do see in a company or an organization, there's no way that you continue to fund something like this.
Yeah,
And
this
hell,
is
I
the
wasn't
baby oil
only
nigga.
one that was skeptical at the
This is
time.
the baby
This
oil
is why
nigga.
I don't think Kick is a viable streaming platform for the long term. Oh my god, Kat, but Kick lets streamers keep 90% of subs. Oh my god, Kat, Kick potentially will pay streamers $16 an hour to stream on the platform. Yo, use your brain for a second and think a little bit deeper than the flashy money they're throwing at you. You making content on a platform is you investing in that platform. You're investing time, energy. Bear with me. You probably want your investments to pay off. Twitch is a live streaming platform. Twitch takes 50% of subs, which sucks. Twitch is owned by Amazon. Twitch has been around for a really long time. Twitch is not profitable at this current state. Kick takes way less money from subs than Twitch does. And Kick is going to pay creators as well, which probably means Kick is even less profitable than Twitch. Kick is bleeding money right now. And what do we know about companies that aren't profitable? They die. Or they have a sugar daddy parent company that funds money into them so that they can exist. Twitch has Amazon funding money into it. What does Kick have? Stake, which is an online gambling site.
Like
now,
one of the biggest
let's
in the
think a little
world.
bit, guys. Companies are not altruistic. They don't do things for the greater good of humanity. They do things to gain from it. What would
Business.
Stake, a gambling company, serve to gain from having a live streaming platform? Maybe they can not enforce nice TOSs and then have streamers stream gambling that they fund. These streamers are not gambling with their own money, by the way. Stake is giving them money to gamble. And then viewers will see them gamble. It might look fun and interesting and exciting. And these people will then go over to Stake, which is where they're gambling at, to then lose their money.
Smart
which
gal.
is how Stake is making money. So from the platform itself, it's not a profitable platform. So one, either it's going to die in the short term because it can't stay afloat, or two, it does stay afloat, but now there's like sketchy things happening on this platform due to it being backed by a gambling company, and it just becomes a cesspool because a company that is owned by a gambling company is not going to enforce good TOS that would make it a wholesome community.
I think a great portion of what she said is true. But the
Valid.
biggest takeaway from that for me was Kick is literally the biggest gambling ad of all time. Look, gambling has a bunch of restrictions nationwide, so they can only do but so much in order to get people to, you know, see their promotions and see their advertisements. But this new big brained idea was, hey, why don't we create a platform in which we could get some of the biggest celebrities with the biggest content creators like XQC and Drake, Los Pollos and Drake, a lot lot of people with Drake and have them come on the platform, play with this fake money, and then ultimately turn that
Here we go
into
with the
a way for
ads.
people to then
Subscribe, nigga.
profit off of that. And by profit off of that, I mean downloading our apps and playing our games. Outside of the unrealistic paying scale that they have, outside of the lies about the TOS because they really started reneging on these things after they saw the importance of having a TOS, I think Kick has missed one of the most important, if not the most important thing when creating a new social media platform, and that's the ability to create social currency that actually matters to other people.
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy streaming on Kick, but the thought of streaming, like waking up and streaming, wasn't like as exciting as when I was on Twitch, bro. Like it just wasn't. And I'm not trying to knock down Kick. I'm not. I actually appreciate Kick and Eddie for everything they were trying to do, because back then Twitch was on some bullshit too, nigga. Those are some bullshit.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Don't be
I
quick
think
to
a lot
forget.
of things are important. Money is a huge motivator and factor as to why people will go on different platforms. I know Twitch's TOS was very inconsistent, and that's why a lot of people ran from Twitch as a platform as a whole. This is why people skated away from being content creators there. But I can honestly say that social currency is a big motivating factor in a lot of reasons why people do things. What I mean by that is clicks and views, likes and retweets and reposts and all that stuff. Think about it. People were on Twitter for free with no monetization. Monetization is fairly new on social media platforms. The only thing that really mattered and would probably still continue to matter to this day is the social currency that you do get. These people do things that aren't even necessarily monetizable. They either get flagged, they can't repost it anywhere because other platforms have TOS, but the only reason why they do it is to say that they have X amount of views, X amount of likes, X amount of reposts, etc., etc. So if you can't create that as a social media platform, you're doomed from the start. And I don't think that you can do that by leading with money, because ultimately when the money runs out or people realize the social currency is bigger over there on platforms like Twitch or YouTube, they are always going to return there. People would rather take pay cuts from a financial perspective than to take social currency cut. If this is taking you away from being with the cool kids, then people aren't gonna do it. And Kick definitely didn't help themselves by not bringing over some of the basics of streaming, like channel points, gifted subs, like having some of the normal things that Twitch had, or innovating on the app in any sort of way.
I don't know if you forgot. I don't know if y'all lost the plot. Got the game f***ed up, boy. What the f*** my predicts? Got the app a year ago when the first drop. You look at the app now, no changes. If it is it's we're gonna have a dialogue. We're gonna have a very long dialogue. Chat, I ain't gonna lie. I swear my life I'd be on Twitch right now, but I ain't trying to get in no trouble.
They never brought in anything new.
Damn, I didn't even see that before.
They were literally just a carbon copy, which has me thinking more and more every day that this was just a gambling ad. I've been thinking to myself, what would it take for a new social media platform to really, really pop up? We haven't really seen one pop up in a long time. Yeah, TikTok took off kind of recently, but TikTok is just a spinoff of another app that's a spinoff of another app. Granted, it does look much different than its original Musical.ly Triller days, but it is a spinoff of a different app. But these new apps that we've seen pop up in the recent time, social media platforms, they aren't really taking off. Blue Sky hasn't taken off, Threads hasn't taken off, Truth Social hasn't taken off. What's scary to me for these new social media platforms that are trying to take off and pop off is that the younger generations are choosing the same social media platforms as the older generations. And that used to not be the case. The people that were on MySpace and Facebook are two different people. The people that were on Facebook and Snapchat, two different people. And you kind of get the gist from there. So with people choosing the same platforms over and over and over again, it's kind of got me thinking that monopolies are really taking over. But at the end of the day, part of the problem is they can't create social currency. If you are on a Kick, a Rumble, a True Social, a Thread, or a Blue Sky, you get labeled. And it's not cool to be on those platforms. So unless they can organically create social currency, no competitor will succeed.
The future.
Damn, bro. W video, man. Snap it up, clap it up. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this was kind of inevitable. Inevitable. How do you say it? Inevitable. You know what I'm trying to say. Well, like, you know what I'm saying? Like kick. Oh my god, bro. It never had like a good backing. It never felt like it had like a strong foundation. They was just throwing money, bro. It was like a trust fund. Oh, you want bread? Here. We throwing it. You want hourly rate? Here, 16 an hour. Boom. Or you want 10 mil for 2 years? All right, here you go. Boom. Can't do that, bro. That don't work like that. It don't work like that. People are gonna be attracted by the money and then realize the platform isn't sustainable. And that's what's happening. It's having its worst month of all time since this time last year. And I don't see how it gets any better. the top left, and everyone's gonna follow what top creators are doing. So all the top creators are going to Twitch. All like the mid tier, low tier, bottom feeders like me. Type shit. We gonna go to Twitch or stay on Twitch. We're not gonna leave and go back to Kick unless you're into gambling and all that stuff, or you know what I'm saying. But I don't know. I want to hear y'all opinions down below in the chat. What do y'all think is gonna happen to Kick? Y'all think it's gonna be GG's? Y'all know the vibes though. DBA Dream Big always. BTY better than yesterday. I'm gonna see y'all soon.
Hey, you made it this far. Pull up to the Twitch. Link in the description.
They can't stop me. They can't hold me. 2-4, bitch, I'm great like Kobe. You ain't gang, you remind me of the police.